All right, I think we're live this time. I messed up some stuff on my end there. I think I went live on the wrong platform of ours, so I accidentally stole the MLB show that's coming up, the deeper dive. So those guys will be on at what would that be? 4:45 Eastern or 5 Eastern. I think it's an 8 game slate today, so maybe 5 Eastern. So apologies for that. If you guys saw the MLB show, that was my bad. Switching back and forth between YouTube and Restream, so um, my bad. But two gamer today. We have the Canes and the Islanders and the Blues and the Stars, and some exciting news for us today about FC Pro. So I've been going through the lineup study portion of FC Pro, and you can see how much you would have won last night based on the lineups you put in, and every slate before that. So, hold on one second. So, that is really really cool and frustrating at the same time. So, if you're looking to get FC Pro, I think it will be available very very soon for Osmo.com subscribers that have FC. Yeah, just a super awesome product. Lots of little lineup changes. Yeah, for sure. That's we'll talk about that as we go through. How are things in Minnesota? Cold here. It's cold. We had a couple weeks of spring, and now it appears we're back into 40 and 45 degrees. And I have a softball game tonight. Two softball games actually. So hopefully it gets up to at least 50. I mean, God, this is ridiculous. It's like wet and cold, and yeah, just pretty gross weather. Outside of that, it is good because we do have. Well, I have FC Pro right now. You guys will be able to get it very soon. Get your pinch runner boots ready. Yeah, exactly, pinch runner. I'm in Buffalo. First warm day in 2019 feels like. Hopefully summer falls on a weekend this year. Yeah, exactly. Soft pricing tonight too. Yeah, I like when it's soft pricing on a two gamer. Forces people to make decisions, and it's usually good because oftentimes the winning lineup doesn't. It doesn't. What's the word? The salary doesn't add up to 50K is what I'm trying to say. So you might get a lineup that looks like, let's see, you want to use all 50K. I don't even know if you can with those guys, but let's say you want to go with Sagan and Radulov. You also want to get in some expensive defensemen. Like, a lot of the times, this lineup isn't going to win on a two gamer. You need the raw points. There's so much variance. So Jake's studying all of us, but can't look at him yet. I haven't done too much. Maybe I can show you guys. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to show you guys a little bit. They did give me access because I do share my screen and stuff, and obviously they want to promote it, and it promotes itself when you put it on the screen. It's a really, really good tool to have for all sports. So it is, the lineup study is available for all sports, which is really sweet because we haven't had anything like that for NHL. So this is going to be something once we get to close to the start of next season. Once August and September comes around, I will be itching to get back into NHL. I don't want it to end already, but I'm already thinking about next season, and hopefully this tool, and of course the tools on the website, my projections, and maybe we can put together some ownership projections. We're still trying to work on that, but Alex's rankings, premium articles, and all that other stuff we can have an even better season. Manny Streams have it. He's been showing it here and there for a bit. Yeah, exactly. But Manny doesn't play NHL, so not that he couldn't play NHL. He obviously could. He's a really awesome DFS player. Ryan H, I do not know how much the upgrade is yet. As soon as we know, we'll let you know, or it'll be posted on the site. So I don't know exactly how much it is, but it's going to be worth it, I think, is the best way I can put it. If you do like actually studying DFS and studying your favorite players, the Osmos, Tom JK321 is who I'm talking about. 1800 Eddie, or I guess it would be 1-800 Eddie, 1800. Sometimes I say that in my head. Like all the good NHL players like Testosterone. I mean, what he does isn't super flashy, but Laker Great has been killing it lately. I saw him take down the tournament last night, and so you can study any player you want. Really, it's really, really cool. So you're going to want to get this. Of course, get it through us. If you have an FC add-on through Osmo, this will be an additional add-on. Don't kid yourself. Tommy Nation 1 is the one to study. So that's my username for anyone that doesn't know what Ryan just said. You can study me. Yeah, I basically tell you what I'm going to do anyways. So, yeah, feel free to study me. Feel free to figure me out. There's not a ton to figure out. I had a pretty good night. So I fell asleep watching the game on my laptop in my bed. I fell asleep probably with like 10 minutes left of the last game. I knew I was kind of close. I never do that. I never fall asleep when I've got a sweat going on. And I did last night. Just laptop on the chest. I'm laying down, and all of a sudden there's 30 seconds left in the game when I look up and I see the Couture empty netter. So I think that didn't really move my winnings either way. So I was fine. I was like, oh, well, I guess I can go to bed for real now. But yeah, I had a couple up near the top. In fact, let's see. Maybe we can just go to it. Yeah, there we go. This is the tourney from yesterday. Yeah, related to Papa Gates. I wish. Papa Gates got all the money. Okay, so this is lineup rewind. I've got it pulled up. This is very, very cool. I'm sorry, not lineup rewind. This is lineup study. The FC rewind tool is also improved because you can see how much you win or lose based on your crunch, which is incredible. So shout out to the Fantasy Cruncher guys, Dave, Manny now with Fantasy Cruncher. Those guys made this happen for us. And it's going to be something you definitely want to get. So we can look at last night's slate really quick. I don't know how much I'm supposed to show you guys of this. I would imagine they're okay with it. And I talked to Tom. They want it to be shared, of course. So this is last night. Laker Great 2 took it down. 123. There was only 5 people that maxed this. And then 6 that went over 100 lineups, which is interesting. So, yeah, I mean, I didn't do anything super special, I don't think. But I just had a bunch of them near the top. I had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lineups in the top 30. So that was enough to get me to profit there. But yeah, I mean, obviously with that kind of tournament, that kind of payout structure, you need a top 4 or 5 score, or you need to do this, and you need to, if you're maxing, I'm talking about, you need to really have a bunch of lineups near the top. So that's what happened. Can I even see my net profit in this? I think I can. Yeah. I only profited $162 in this. So, I mean, it wasn't a great night. It was a good night in other tournaments. So, I was okay all the way around. I think the $4.20 max I did really well in. So, I made a good chunk. Nothing outlandish based on my entry fees. So, this is just a little sneak preview of lineup study. I mean, I don't even know all the tools or all the ways you can study with this, but I will try to figure it out, and we'll do more screen sharing stuff, of course, as we go on. And going into next year, this will be a big part of the streams, I would imagine. for next season. So the 20 max, yeah, we can see the 20 max. Let's see. I'm not as quick as Manny is, so just bear with me here. He's had some more time to do this, so I'm still learning this. I've only played around with it with an hour or two today. Yeah, okay, so this is Laker great again. What a stud. Laker great, just one-upping me and everything. Yeah, so that's how I made profit last night, was the $4.20 max. I don't know if I know this username. Maybe I do. Best D-man to pay up for today. We'll talk about that in a bit. Can we see so you can see my lineups here, by the way, for the 20 max, and I just did my highest projected lineups. So my highest projected lineups did very well. That's why I did better in the 20 max, or I did well in the 20 max. It's also a flatter payout structure. So these lineups, while they're the same as the 123, or they're duplicates of those lineups, you see the difference in payout structure. Just way better ROI. I can't remember every username, but yeah, you can see exactly who I played in all these lineups too, and see my exposures. And I think that's just the exposure for that tournament, or is that the ownership? I can't remember what it is. And like I said, I've got some playing around to do with this, but you can see the total ownership, which is really cool as well. You can also drag team stacks into the top bar, and it'll break down what stack did the best for you. See, I don't even know that. This is going to be a tool that I play with all off season, and I'll be doing it for MLB and all this stuff. So you'll be seeing a lot more of this, a lot more of lineup study and FC Rewind. And it's a tool that I think is a very good investment. So, of course, get it through us. I think that goes without saying. Promo code Hit the Ice gets you 50% off the first month of Awesemo.com Premium. I think Josh, the word on the street is that I think Josh is doing a FC Pro video tomorrow. So don't hold me to that. Don't come after me if that doesn't hold up to be true, but I believe that is the plan. So we're going to obviously try to get out content utilizing FC Pro in the next couple days before I think it gets officially released. But yeah, just wanted to show you guys I'm very excited about the tool, and I think you probably should be too, whether or not you MME. It's just really good to study pros and study what the top guys are doing, and then maybe we can all be like Awesemo one day. All right, let's do this. 2.4 implied total for the Islanders, 2.6 for the Hurricanes. We have Robin Lehner in net against Curtis McElhinney. No Mrazek. He's hurt. He's out for this game. It's going to be McElhinney. We've known this since yesterday. For me, Mrazek had played well. He played well enough to win in 7 games against a pretty decent team in the Caps. And I don't know. Maybe this is going to be a loss for them. Maybe it's a letdown. Or a bigger loss than I'm anticipating. I think McElhinney is just fine. So I'm not super worried about the Hurricanes on that front. He got some action in last game as well, was able to win. So it's not like he's coming in cold. Line changes here. We have, I guess they're not line changes. These lines were the ones we were surprised to see in morning skate or pregame skate the last time these two teams played, which was on Monday. Is that right? Or did they play Sunday? I can't remember. Losing track of days here. So, Aho with Williams, McGinn, Niederreiter with Stahl and Teravainen. I mean, the Aho line played very well in game 2. The Niederreiter line, Niederreiter, Stahl, Teravainen didn't play that well. But the important thing is that they stuck. And I think we're going to see a lot of Stahl going up against Barzal, Lee, and Eberle For me, these two Carolina lines. Oh yeah, you're right, Dylan. Yeah, good point. They did play on Sunday. Aho is cold. He is still generating a lot of offense, and I'll take volume in DFS. And obviously, you need some luck. You need him to finish, or you need one of his line mates to finish. But you still get the correlation with the Williams line. So again, I think these two lines are going to be super heavily exposed for me. The most exposed players are going to be Aho, and then probably Niederreiter after that, Stahl after that, and then Williams and Teravainen. I'm still going to have a lot of them in the 20-25% range. But compared to Aho and Stahl and, Niederreiter, Williams, now that I'm looking at it. Niederreiter, Williams, Teravainen, and McGinn will be the guys that get left off a little bit for me. So those guys will still be in the 20% range, though. Looking at what I have right now, I'm pretty sure I'm done crunching for today. I really liked what I got. And I just feel more confident after playing around in lineup study for a little while. Still running 3-2-1s if anybody is curious. I haven't wavered on that. That's worked out really well for me. I'm running a mix of 3-2-1s and 3-3s with correlated goalie, without correlated goalie. So running a variety of different lineups. It's 123 max again tonight. I'm taking advantage of the max entries and doing a bunch of different lineup constructions, but the main one will be a 3-2-1 with the defense in the utility spot possible. So I'm not Xing out that on FC. So like this, what I mean is I'm not unchecking that like that. I'm leaving this checked when I run 3-2-1s because I do like a lot of the value on defensemen tonight. This is a rewind slate I was looking at. Do I have the... Oh, I don't have it. Never mind. But another cool thing... Actually, I'm going to show you this really quick. Another cool thing is... let's just run 20 lineups. Quick. Super quick. Oops. What slate is this? The 27th? What do I have here? Why can't I, Alright, let's just run it for last night. I'm pretty sure this will work. Do you play on FanDuel? I do not very much. Every once in a while I'll go over there when I have extra time or whatever. But here, let's run 20 lineups right here. And then the cool part about this is, and probably some of you guys saw this on Manny's stream earlier today. I think it was, yeah, it was today. It was today because it was the announcement. You can select a tournament. So for me, I played the $10. That's the one I'm trying to win every night. And then everything else is kind of secondary after that for me. Oops. See, I'm a rookie. Click on this button here. And if I were to enter these 20 lineups, you could see my net profit, total entry fees. So if I entered 20 in that $10 and I used these first 20, that's what it would be. I would have profited $210. How many players do you draft on DraftKings? I've only played FanDuel a few times. What's a 3-2-1? A 3-2-1 would be like this right here. So you have three guys from the same line, and this is how many players you draft on DraftKings. So you 2 centers, 3 wingers, a flex, so 6 forwards, up to 6 forwards and up to 3 defensemen. But it's going to be 8 skaters and a goalie. 3-2-1 would be line 2, line 2, line 2 for the 3 Columbus guys that were all expected to be on the same line, and then 2 guys on line 1, and you correlate with the defenseman, so that's your 3. I guess this would technically be a 3-3-2, but for this, it's 3-2-1 means 3 forwards, 2 forwards, and 1 forward from a different team entirely. 3-2-1, 3-3-2, whatever you want to call it. Okay. Where am I at here? All right. So I really, really love these two. I think it's going to be a tough matchup for Barzal, Lee, and Eberle, but I mean, where else are you going to generate offense from this team? Unless it's from the depth lines, and I'm not really concerned about them for the Islanders. Could they have a good game? Sure, but they just don't project out well for me at all. These lower lines. This Nelson line got absolutely caved last game. They have not had a good series. I don't expect that to start here, and I think the Aho line is going to see a lot of time against Nelson, Bailey, and Dalcol. I think they were with Bovilli, or no, they were with Kuhnhackl last game. I don't think Dalcol is going to really help that defensive cause. So I think both the Stahl and the Aho lines have really, really favorable matchups. If I'm going to an Islanders line, it's going to be the top one, just because I think they have the ability to generate against anyone, including the Stahl line. If you're looking for reasons to play Islanders 1, the Stahl line, like I said, wasn't great last game. But they are going to be in the shutdown role tonight. At least you would expect that. So if you're looking for reasons to play Carolina 2, the Stahl line, the top line for the Islanders allows a ton of quality chances and shot attempts. So for me, I fall on the Carolina side. I think Carolina is the better team. I think they're going to win the series. I thought that at the beginning. Now they're up 2-0 with a chance to really put the foot on the throat, or whatever they call it. Going up 3-0 would be huge for them. So I think they're going to win this game. I think they could possibly sweep. But I really, really love Carolina 1, Carolina 2 from a DFS perspective. Svechnikov is expected to be back. Of course, he's going to have to skate through pregame warm-ups, and he was on line 4 in practice yesterday. So I'd really, really like him if he was on 3 instead of Fogle, because Walmart's Martinook and Svechnikov have some sick numbers together. So if for some reason Svechnikov ends up on the third line for Carolina, I will be recrunching and getting exposure to Carolina 3, because Svechnikov is a really, really solid player already, I think. And he's going to have super low ownership because he's expected to be in the fourth line, and he's 4,100. Defenseman here, as much as I hate it, Justin Falk is going to be one of my highest owned guys because he's playing a lot of minutes and attempting a lot of shots. And while I don't think he's very good in real life, he is 4,500. He played 26 minutes last game, attempted 9 shots, plays in the top power play, plays with all these guys that I want to really play, like Aho, Williams, Teravainen, Stahl. Those guys are all on the PP with him. So it'd be foolish of me to just write off Falk for correlation reasons alone. I know correlation's not everything on a 2-game slate, but that's where I'm going. I'm also playing a lot of Hamilton, but more Falk than Hamilton, just because of the price and the situation here. The third guy I'm playing is Slavin, also on PP2. Generally, I think goes under-owned, but his price has come up. I got to about 10% of Slavin, it looks like, and I'm pretty comfortable with that. On the Islanders side, Polak at 5,300 is basically the only guy I'm playing in any significant sense. I guess I did get to a little bit of Letty. I hate that. I'm not a Letty guy, as you guys know. Could he get an assist or something and maybe a couple shots on goal? Sure. He hasn't been quite as bad for DFS. I just don't know if you really need him all that much tonight. Same thing with Devin Tays. Got a little bit. Wouldn't really care if I didn't get too much of him, honestly. Hickey at 2,500, maybe that's a popular punt. I don't really think you need to punt that low tonight. All right, other game. Blues Stars, we have a 2.5 implied total for the Blues, 2.5 for the Stars. Binnington and Ben Bishop in net. The Stars changed up their lines. The Blues did not. We would expect to see the exact same lines for the Blues. Stars, Sagan, Zuccarello, and Dickinson, Hintz centering Ben and Radulov. So basically, they just switched Seguin and Hintz. The question here is, how long will Seguin not be with Ben and Radulov? How long will those three stay apart? I actually like Hintz. I think Hintz is a good player, especially for DFS, and he has been playing really well. And it's a really good situation for him. And he's on the power play with those guys, so you can play Hintz, Ben, and Radulov together. You can play Seguin with Zuccarello together because you're not dead if they don't play a ton at 5-on-5. Other than that, I'm going to have lineups with Seguin, Ben, and Radulov together. I think I just have to. With 123, there's no reason to not have that because they're going to end up back together, especially if this is a tight game. They're going to end up on the ice together a lot at the end, and wouldn't expect either of these two games to be super high scoring, so the shot volume could make a big difference from a guy like Seguin. Same thing for Radulov. So I have lineups that go Seguin, Hintz, and Ben and Radulov together. I think you can do something like that. Still trying to figure out FC advanced options. For exposure and randomness, what kind of percentages do you recommend? For exposures, I don't really cap that often. For randomness, you can get away with not using randomness in NHL, I think. I would suggest maybe 5 to 10% randomness in NHL if you're doing global randomness. Yeah, you could do 3%. Maybe 10's too much. I honestly don't know. I think you can get away with not using randomness. Yeah, Nolan says that same thing, but I think he usually said he does 2 to 3% max. I think it was 2 to 5, Nolan, if you're watching. I don't know if they're watching. 3-1 team, 2-1. Yeah, exactly. 3-2-1. Done on top PP? Where are we seeing that? I've got the game pulled up. Let's see. I've got the last game pulled up, I should say. I see Pietrangelo with Schwartz, Thomas, Shen, Perron, O'Reilly, Tarasenko for over a minute each. Maybe they switch this in game. That's very possible. Now I gotta go look and see. Now I gotta do a quick Twitter search. Let's see. Because I don't see anything from the last game. Let's see if I can find Votz's list with the St. Louis Blues. Did anybody see this? Morning skate? Pietrangelo on PP2? Good God. Why would... That's so dumb. But, okay. If that's going to be the case, it's on DFO. Okay, well, for me, honestly, like, yes, that matters for sure, but I'm actually not crazy about any of the defensemen. So I already had them split ownership-wise. Maybe Dunn becomes a little bit more popular. I don't know exactly what that does or if people will catch on to that. Yeah, St. Louis Blues have flipped Pietrangelo and Dunn on PP units, so Dunn with Tarasenko, O'Reilly, Shen. I don't know. That could switch right back. They've tried this before. It's so it is true. Yeah, you guys are right. It is a thing they did this morning. It could easily flip. I think Petrangelo's better, or the guy I would rather have as a one-off or in a mini stack with any of these guys. You can play him, even if that does hold true. He'd be on the PP with Schwartz. So not a huge deal. Again, I'm not super crazy about any of the Blues defensemen. It would be Pietrangelo first, then Dunn for me still from a raw point perspective. But it's also hard to argue with the $3,900 price tag for Dunn. This is probably a typo, honestly, an E value grade. I would like to play some Parayko. The problem is he's 5K, and he's in a shutdown role. So what they did last game was they had Parayko and Bouwmeester who did a decent job against the Sagan, Ben, Radulov line, and you saw Bouwmeester with like 8 shot blocks. He got an assist as well, but I think you can play Bouwmeester. I think he's going to be in that shutdown role again. They're going to be generating offense, the Sagan line, or whoever Sagan's with, assuming they try to get them out against them again. I projected Bouwmeester. I bumped him up. I still didn't get to a lot of him, and it's not the end of the world. I don't think Bouwmeester's going to decide the slate. But yeah, it's if you really wanted to play a $3,200 Bouwmeester, I don't think that's a terrible idea. The other guys actually on D I like better. I like Klingberg and Heiskanen better than both the St. Louis guys. Hiskanen's a stud, that guy, and now he's being more aggressive as well. So I'm really in on Heiskanen tonight. I think he's my he's my 5th highest, or tied for 4th highest owned defenseman. Klingberg, Hamilton, Falk, Heiskanen, and then another guy. So, what I'm doing with the Stars, I'm running most of my lineups with these lines because there is enough correlation elsewhere to make it happen. And they'll probably start this way. If the Stars get up early, maybe they just stick with these lines. The coach said, I can't remember the coach's name, Montgomery? I'm really bad with coach names, but he said that he's looking for more puck possession. So if they look good early, it's possible they stick together. I'm still skeptical because it's Sagan, Ben, and Radulov always find their way back together. If it's close, they're going to be on the ice together. Maybe you get a chance for an empty net goal or, like a game-tying goal. So I don't think it's almost ever a bad idea to have those 3 in your lineup together. And you can add a 4th forward to get more correlation if you want. Pelech, Leddy, Tays, Mayfield. Yikes. For me, I have the most Leddy. It's a toss-up between Leddy and Tays, honestly. I don't really like any of those guys all that much. But yeah, I guess I would go Leddy, then Tays. All right, on the other side, O'Reilly, Schwartz, Tarasenko, I think that is a really, really well-constructed line. They're going to get the Faxa line at 5-on-5 for some of their time. They're also going to go up against one of these 2 Dallas lines, these top 2. But the Faxa line is going to get some time against them. I think that's a huge advantage, St. Louis. When that happens, they're just way better, honestly. I don't know why they want to use the Faxa line in a shutdown. I don't think they're very good. Their numbers in the regular season show that. They've been a little better in the playoffs. But, man, give me some St. Louis 1 for sure, especially Tarasenko, especially Schwartz. O'Reilly's the guy that's grading out as the worst value. So I agree with Osmo on that front. But I wouldn't have O'Reilly as an E value if I was doing my tiered rankings. Some St. Louis 2 for me. Not as high on them as I am when they've been on home ice, but I do have almost 20% of Sundqvist, and Schen's going to be my highest owned guy from the St. Louis 2 line. PP1 5,300. I think this also is a fine line, and Hintz with Radulov this year has been super high event, so potentially a very back and forth if these 2 get on the ice against each other. The only issue is I'm a little bit worried about trying to put too much weight into line matching here because they first of all, we don't know when Dallas is going to switch their lines, and second of all, they went half and half with Faxa and Sagan. Now we've got new lines. Maybe they go just Faxa versus O'Reilly. Maybe they like that matchup for whatever reason. I don't think that's a good matchup, but maybe that's what they do now. So that's my only issue with putting too much stock into line matching for this game. Dallas isn't a team that you can really get a great read on. Again, Klingberg, Heiskanen, two guys I really, really love. Hard not to put Klingberg ahead of Heiskanen, but if you're looking at 4K for a one-off, he grades out as looks like one of Osimo's favorite values and one of mine as well. Bozak, Thomas, and Maroon were actually very solid last game. I agree with Robert Thomas getting an A value. That's too cheap for a guy. He's looked good to me. He's got decent peripherals for what he is, and he plays on a line that has generated offense. So, and they're fully correlated on PP2 with Pietrangelo if that's going to stick. So, I actually don't hate St. Louis 3 again. Dallas 3. Man, did I even get to Dallas 3 once? I don't remember seeing Faxa at all. Yeah, I got 2% Faxa, so you can consider me not a Dallas 3 lover tonight. And I think one of those was in a Josh stack with Sagan. So maybe not the greatest of plays. St. Louis 3, at least for me. If I get beat by them, I get beat by them. I'm okay with that. Any against your own goalie tonight? I don't think I do. I didn't see it really necessary tonight. If you guys want to know my goalie exposures, McElhinney, as you can expect, is my highest exposed guy, then Bishop, then a large drop, Binnington, then Leonard. So, well, I think St. Louis has a very good chance to win this game. I think they're going to be able to generate more against Dallas. That's why you're seeing more Bishop. Plus, I have a lot of Sagan and Ben and Radulov. So, yeah, those are the exposures for me tonight. Nothing too out of the ordinary. Actually, yeah, I don't like Binnington that much tonight. I've got over 12% of every goalie, so it's not like I'm not playing Binnington, but on the pecking order tonight, I do have him third. All right. Something in soccer's going on, huh? Sorry. All right. I have to fix something on the Osmo.com the Twitter account. It tweeted out that video I did that was like 3 seconds long before I realized what exactly I was doing. Let me delete that. I took down the breakaway a few nights ago with 2 players against my goalie. Yeah, it can happen. It's a fine move. I just didn't. I was able to make the lineups I wanted to make without that tonight. So, yeah, that's not a bad idea at all. On a 2-game slate, almost anything goes. So, you can have some negative correlation in your lineups. Especially defensemen, I like taking against goalies. I think that's fine. Is it smart to stack 5 offensive players from one game, 3-2, and then goalie DD in the other? So, I'm trying to think. So you would go 5 offensive players from one game, 3-2. Oh, okay. So you want like a hybrid stack like this, and then you go Heiskanen, Pietrangelo, McElhinney. I'd probably jam in Falk here or something. If you got all the PP1 guys, might as well complete the stack. Yeah, that's viable. I don't see anything wrong with that. Yeah, you can do that. It's not a bad lineup, actually. Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so you would want to do like this, maybe like Barzell and Lee, and you go D, and then a utility. Yeah, you could do that. That's fine. No, I don't see anything wrong with that. And then you got this to play with. Nothing wrong with that. And you've got one player against your goalie. That's not wrong. You could play a Radulov. I don't know. You can't. You can play Ben one off with Hiskinen. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah. 1.97 GPA. All right, interesting. So, if you guys got any more questions, feel free to hit me up in the premium Slack. If not, if you're not in there, well, you should be in there. Promo code Hit the Ice gets you 50% off the first month of any Osmo.com premium package. Look out for FC Pro in the next couple days. We're very excited to be a part of that. And I am not on any MLB shows tonight. I have the MLB strategy show tomorrow morning with Laffy, and then I am on Live Before Lock tomorrow with Chris Spags. So deeper dive coming up in just a few minutes. Laffy and Adam will be actually doing the deeper dive. It will not be me mistakenly stealing their broadcast. So those guys will be on. Then it is Live Before Lock with Chris Spags and Josh Engelman, per usual. Good luck tonight, guys. Look out for pregame skate. I will be in Slack posting anything I see, any changes, and then it's on to softball. So gonna try to not get too wet, but we'll see. It's pretty gross out there. All right, good luck, guys. See you soon.